Mortgage takeover?
Yeah, it's like
Okay.
so we're just gonna follow up on.
Oh, Longview, right?
Yeah, like the good conversation.
Yeah. I remember. That is. Can't find it. Let me see if I can.
Sent you the on your DM if you want.
Farmville, got you. Okay. So she has a PITI of 1,600 and some change, and it can rent out for 2,400 normally. But if you put the student tenants in there, it can get like 3,000, right?
Yeah, it's like 650 each, I think.
Okay.
Per bed. There's like 6 bedrooms, I think. So.
Okay. I think that the area is not super big, and that's definitely going to be scary to our buyers. So I'll tell her what I'm going to offer her. The 25K down that she wanted. I'll give her the 25K down that she wanted. But I'm probably going to tell her that I'm going to pass it off to one of my buddies because I don't know if it'll sell. And the reason I don't know if it'll sell, well, you've got a university there, Longwood University. Let's look up Longwood University. Hold on. Longwood University, public university in Farmville, Virginia. Students, 5,000. There were 5,000 students there. Actually, we're probably fine. Longwood University. I'm just kind of curious. Oh, it's like an actual college. Okay, cool. Yeah, great. It's been there for like almost 200 years. Cool. Okay, so there's an attraction there. There's something that keeps people coming back here. So I think that'll allow us to get a deal done here. Let's call her back. Maybe I can offer the 30K buyout option. I'll offer her that 30K buyout option. Did she respond to the offer that I texted?
She just said she's open around the same time tomorrow to talk. I don't think she responded to numbers.
Okay. I'm trying to find her. I can't find it.
I've sent you her number on in your DMs too, so maybe if that helps.
Wendy?
Yeah, Wendy.
Okay. And then I am kind of curious. Farmville, VA population. 7,000. Okay. All right. Here we go.
Wendy.
Hey, Wendy, it's Richard Taylor. How you doing?
Hey, good.
Yeah, I was just following up about our conversation yesterday. Hey, I think we're ready to put together an offer for you. I had one quick question. Have you ever had a problem renting this thing out, given the population, or is the college pretty strong with that?
Well, like I told you, I don't rent to students, so I wouldn't be able to help you in that area.
Okay. 5,000 people or 7,000 people live in Farmville, Virginia, but you have a pretty decently sized college that's been there for a long time. So I'd imagine it would rent out to students quickly.
Well-known college. They have an excellent nursing program. They're pretty well known for their nursing program. And so you have Longwood University that's right there. That's the one that's in walking distance. But then you also have Hampton Sydney, that is a private school that's I'm sure you've heard of. And that one is about 15 minutes away. So.
Got it. Okay. Have you been able to rent it to people who are not students before?
Yeah, that's all I do. I don't rent to students.
Okay. So is it and the reason you're selling is because it's kinda hard to find those individuals who are not students who wanna consistently stay here?
No, it's outside of my initial, like, everything else I had is fairly local to where I'm at. That's about an hour and 15 minutes from me. And
Yeah.
all my contractors are here. They're not there. It's inconvenient for me to manage to have to go up there every time I need to show it, especially if I'm doing rooms for rent. If I have a longer term tenant in there, then that's okay. But every time something needs to be fixed, finding newer contractors in that area, it's just not, like I said, rooms for rent is really my niche, and doing my model that I do here that works well isn't a good fit for there. So,
Got it. I've got a buddy who's gonna run this thing with me for the student stuff because I also don't really rent out to students. I don't know too much about it, but it seems like the demand would be there. He was asking me if you guys have previous rental history, if you ever have rented it out to students. I know it's not your favorite, but did you guys ever rent it out by room for that 650 that we talked about?
yeah, but not to students.
Not to students. What was the maximum occupancy you had? How many people were staying there?
It's 6 rooms. So I had 6 people in the house. There's 6 rooms that I had rented out.
And is it possible
3
to
down and 3 up.
is it possible to get like a history of that, like a rent roll? Is there any sort of because he was just asking you say,
No,
hey, in the,
yeah, I can probably send you through apartments.com something.
okay. I guess I just mean specifically for this property, like previous rental history
Right.
showing
They
that
break
we
it down by every property.
okay. So this is gonna say, hey, I mean, this tenant was staying here, they were paying X amount, this tenant was staying here, they were paying X amount for this property.
It's going to give you the income. I think it might break it down by month. But if it's not this year, last year, I don't know if it would break it down by, I'd have to look and see.
It doesn't need to, as long as we can show a rent roll that just illustrates that, yeah, I mean, we can bring in 650 for 6 of the rooms, generating this profit because I think I can hit the little bit over 10% down that I talked to you about last night. However, upon talking to my partner, he's like, yeah, you probably want to do it with the rent by rooms because after management, because neither of us are immensely local, we're not really going to be making any much for the 35K entry that we're going to be looking at plus closing costs.
Right.
So he wanted to
Yeah.
see that we had like a history of renting it out by the room, which I'm sure you can because it's literally a stone's throw away from the college. So I just wanted to see if we could shoot you over an offer 30,000 to take over the debt that you have on the property via that trust structure that I talked about, contingent
Yeah,
on
let's
me.
talk through that a little more because I need to make sure that that's something that I even want to do the way you want to set it up.
Sure.
So talk to me a little more about how you want to structure it.
Yeah.
Because
So
I'm definitely not willing to. You tell me what you're looking to do.
yeah, so this is what I was convinced to do on my last deal because I was similar to you in that I was doing option stuff. However, I can't get the accelerated depreciation that we talked about, and I can't refinance you out if we have an option to buy. Because the option is just like, well, you've paid down this hypothetical amount, but instead of refinancing you out of this amount like I would in a balloon, I have to go obtain my own financing, and I don't know where interest rates are going to be. And it's just kind of an interesting scenario as an entrepreneur to do that. So I'd prefer to get my depreciation and then refinance you out at the balloon. And the last house that I purchased in Minneapolis, the guy was listed for 460. He owed 420. So I had offered him a fee to take over his debt. And he said, okay, well, my house is in a trust. Why don't I just sell you the trust that contains it and you pay the mortgage every single month? And I said, well, why would we want to do that? And he told me, well, I don't really trust that you're going to make the payment on time every single month. And I don't want to have to foreclose on you to get the property back. So essentially, I bought into his trust. We kept him in as a 10% owner on the trust. In the event that I miss my payments, the trust defaults back to him. And he said that he was interested in doing that because transferring a trust back is like a single call to the attorney, letting him know that, hey, my buyer is in default, whereas transferring a property back can be a lawsuit or a foreclosure process. So, in essence, what I'm looking to do is essentially partner with you in purchasing the rights to this property, kind of like a master lease agreement, but by owning the trust that contains the property and kind of keeping your name on as a watermark there to protect yourself in the event of me getting abducted by aliens and not making my payment on time, allowing you to get the property back easily.
So we would put the property in a trust. I would stay on as 10% owner of the trust. Are you wanting the beneficial interest of the LLC assigned?
The way that I believe it happened was that the LLC there wasn't an LLC in the trust. It was simply the property that was in the trust. The property
The
owned the
trust is in an LLC, so they would have to stay in the LLC, and the LLC would go into the trust or the beneficial interest. So you were buying it because you can't take the property out of the LLC because the mortgage is in an LLC. So,
Okay, I see. This guy had an FHA loan on the property, so I guess it was a little bit different. It was his primary
yeah, so
residence.
this isn't going to be like an assumable loan.
His loan
because
wasn't
it's not
his loan
FHA.
wasn't. I'll put it this way: I own 6 VA loans, but I'm not a veteran, and I've never assumed a loan before. So every single loan that I have, whether it's a commercial loan, FHA loan, conventional loan, new conventional VA loan, I've just put them in trust, and I've purchased the controlling interest of the trust, and it does get it off of the debt to income ratio. So if you're concerned about the DTI, this protects you in one way, saying, hey, you can.
Don't have any. There is no.
Oh, great.
When you're purchasing an LLC.
So it would come off of your
In my personal name, so there's
well, you have your
never going to
Paydex.
go off of your debt to income
You have
ratio.
you have your FICO score and you have your Paydex score, so it impacts your Paydex score. Paydex is gonna be your business line of credit. So I don't exactly know what your credit scenario is, but if that were to be of a concern, it would come off DTI, but not in this case, I understand. But essentially, the trust allows you to reclaim the property quite easily rather than going through a foreclosure process if I don't uphold my end of the agreement.
So you want to purchase the controlling interest of the trust. So basically, you would want to purchase 90%.
Yeah, as to not trigger the due on sale clause as well. Because similarly, if we do a subject to deal and I just take you off the ownership of the property, but the mortgage is in your name, we could have the due
I
on
would
sa-
never do that.
we could have the due
Yeah.
on sale clause called. So I don't want to do that. I
Yeah.
want to make sure that we're in compliance with the mortgage policy.
Right.
My mortgage broker loves this method too, and he's a loan originator. So he deals with all kinds of deals like this all day long. So if you wanted to talk to somebody who's unbiased and not have like a financial interest in this, my mortgage broker or my real estate attorney are great people to talk to, and I'd be happy to connect you if you had any questions about the legalities surrounding this.
So you would purchase the controlling interest of the trust and the payments that are made each month.
Servicing company.
Because it's still in my name.
We would use a servicing company that lets you know whether it's been paid. So I for all my mortgages, because there's too many to pay each month, I essentially allocate a lump sum to my servicing company and they pay all their mortgages for me. So we would have a servicing company on that and they would let you know, hey, mortgage has been paid, mortgage hasn't been paid. You have X amount of time before you could theoretically reclaim the property if the loan has not been paid. But yeah, we put it on auto pay. And if anything ever happened, trust defaults back to you with a single call to the closing attorney. If you want to speak to a previous seller too, I could probably connect you with 15 to 20 people who I've purchased their house like this in the past year, where it's been a great scenario for them. Because I understand, I mean, I'm asking you to do something funky, but I will say, like, let's say you decide not to sell this property and you still have a loan on it, maybe 30, 40 years, and you want to give it to your kids. You may give your kids a trust that contains a property that might have debt on it, and perhaps the debt is in your name still. I remember my grandma passed away a couple years back and she died. She had a conventional loan in her house that couldn't be assumable, and she owed like 400 on the property, but the property was in a trust. My dad now owns that trust, but the loan is still in her name. So I see this happening in a couple of real life scenarios when somebody passes away, or if you're a wealthy individual and you get married to somebody who couldn't qualify for the loan that you already have, but you want to own them, add them to your ownership, you put the property into a trust and then add somebody to the ownership of the trust. So it's kind of like something you'd see in marriage or somebody passing away, but we sometimes do it to take over non-assumable debt. I'd be happy to connect you with a previous owner or the guy who sets up our trust for us, the closing attorney, just in case you have any questions from somebody who doesn't have financial interest in this deal.
So what are you offering exactly? Because I know what my offer price was. So
Yeah.
What are you offering in addition to then taking over the?
I'm offering to take over the mortgage in full, taking over all of the payments that you have remaining for the whatever 25, 30, however many years it is left. And then I'm also offering you a 30,000 fee to do that plus closing costs. So the purchase price would be mortgage balance plus the $30,000 fee and then plus any sort of closing costs that I'd have to pay to set up the trust, close the deal, make this arrangement happen.
Okay. Let me.
I'd make you
Okay, let me
payments, but I
think,
just don't
'cause
think I have room for it.
Yeah, I'm not sure I even want to do that because that's pretty under what my what it's out there for.
I understand.
And so I'm not even sure.
That's a 210
if
offer, I
even want to
think.
do that.
I think it's
Say
so.
again.
I think that's so. If you owe, what was it, 180,000 on this?
176.
176. So that's 176 plus 30 plus 5. I'm offering you 211. You have an asking price for 244. I totally understand
Well,
what you're saying.
costs aren't coming to me; they're going to the attorney. So
Yes.
basically about 206.
Yes,
It's pretty under what I'm looking for.
I understand. You're looking for the 244. I guess the only thing I could say to ease your mind on that is I'd totally make you monthly payments to the remaining amount or a balloon payment for the remaining amount. But remember, I can only pull 75% out of the property and we're already leveraged at 75%. So it'd be a long time before I could do another balloon payment. And then for payments, I mean, my cash flow is already kind of tight as it is, understanding that I'm bringing in somebody to pay the down payment and essentially split ownership with me who lives in the area and is more familiar renting to students. But I did see the days on market of 53 days. I think it probably is worth pretty close to the 244, but after 2 months on market, maybe somebody offers you 215, 220 price drop here and there. I think I am a little bit below list price.
Come down a little bit, but I mean
It's a lot, I know.
40,000, yeah. So I don't know that I'm willing yet to
Yeah.
drop it to that.
It may not be a good fit. I know we've went through the whole rigmarole and all for me to offer you what I perceive as 210 because of the closing costs, but I do understand what you're saying there. If it sits for another month or so, I'd love to do a deal like this with you.
Yeah. Yeah. Let me think about it. Like I said, and
No
I have
worries.
your number. I will get back to you, and yeah, let me put some thought on that.
No worries. Thanks so much for your time. Hopefully we can do business on something at some point. It's been a pleasure speaking with you.
Sounds good.
Talk soon. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye-bye.
Yeah, we're gonna get that. We're gonna get that. So the pushback there is kind of like, no, you're right. I understand. It may not be a good fit at the end of the day. Hopefully we can do business sometime though. And then guys, that's really the most that you can do to get somebody to come right back to you. However, I did like that objection handle. I kind of got pressed there for a second when we were talking about the credit score. But understand, guys, you have two credit scores. You have a business credit score, and then you also have your personal credit score. And I guess it's not really a concern for her, but it would be a concern for me. Anyways, I think I'll get that deal. I don't exactly know when, but I think she's really smart. I think that woman's really smart. I think she's probably got a really awesome business model, and hopefully we can do a deal with her soon. Anyways, I'm gonna clip that, and that is definitely going to be our video for tomorrow because she was making some really good points. How do we think I explained the trust? Did the trust make sense? To people who are not familiar with the trust, were you, because my goal is to put it in such a way that you can grasp this. Did that make sense to you guys? Because I want to simplify this pitch as much as I possibly can. And I've probably made this call like 150, 250 times. And I try to phrase it in ways that make sense to somebody who's never done this before, because 90% of the people I speak to have never done this before. So let me know if there's any sort of clarifying questions you guys have. Can you go over on how she objected on the debt to income ratio? Yeah. So she owns it in an LLC. Your LLC is going to affect your FICO score, which is your personal credits, or is not going to affect your FICO score. Sorry, I meant not going to affect your FICO score. Whereas your Paydex is your business credit, and it is going to affect your business credit score. So she didn't seem to be concerned about that because the type of loan is a DSCR loan, I believe. And it's based on the cash flow of the property. So she didn't seem to be concerned. Why she was still on the trust? Sure. Why was she still on the trust? The reason that she's still on the trust is because you are not really, it's not a legal thing. It's kind of a mortgage policy thing. You can't sell your house, keep your name on the mortgage, and give the title to somebody else fully risk-free. You can do it, and I do own a property that way. One property. It's called subject to. Now, subject to, if you look up HUD-1, I'm just saying crazy words right now, but let me show you HUD-1, guys. So this is HUD-1. Now, HUD-1 is a HUD statement. Oh god, it's just blurry. HUD-1 is a HUD statement, which is a closing statement. This is what it looks like when you close a deal. This document is prepared by the Department of Housing and Urban Development. And on line 203 of the HUD one, you'll see right here, it says existing loans taken subject to. It also reiterates that on line 503, existing loans taken subject to. Now, what does that mean? Well, the United States government has put a really sneaky way for us to transfer properties without paying off loans. I don't know why they did this. I think it's really interesting. Has anybody bought the course being from a different country? The last house I bought in Detroit, Michigan was found for me by a homeless man in Nairobi, Kenya. Anyways, HUD 1 is a closing statement, and on line 203 and on line 503, you have something called loans taken subject to. Now, that means selling your property, transferring the ownership of the property, but your name stays on the loan. And the United States government, as in the United States Department of Housing and Urban Development, has actually put in a way for us to do that quite easily. And I did do that for a long time. However, you consistently get the objection of, well, wait a second. What happens if the due on sale clause is called? And essentially all I can say is, let's hope it's not. But if it is, I'll deed the property back to you. But we'll just say that we'll do that. I don't really know if I will. And it's like really scary because the due on sale clause could be called. It's kind of like jaywalking on a highway. Yeah, you're probably not going to get hit by a car if you're careful, but if you do, you're cooked. And if the due on sale clause does get called, you owe hundreds of thousands of dollars right up front. Like the due on sale clause means you owe the entire balance of your loan right here, right now. Entire balance, give it to me right here, right now. You don't have time to sell it. You owe all of that money right here, right now. It would be terrifying. So what triggers that? What triggers that is the ownership of the property is separated from the person on the loan. So how can we not separate the person on the loan from the ownership of the property? Well, I know. Let's keep their name on the loan, but let's add an owner to the trust. Somebody says this is corrupt. I fully agree. I do think it's corrupt. It's a really terrible thing to do. Let's go ahead and look at this example right here. So this is a house that I own in a trust. The owner of this property had a mortgage on it of $420. They were asking $460 and offers were coming in at $430. Let me say that again. The owner of this property had a loan on the property of $420. They were asking $460, but offers were coming in at $430. Let's do the math on that really quickly. If you have a loan on your property at $420 and offers are coming in at $430, what are you going to make? Well, $430,000, realtor takes 5% of the sales price in this scenario, and you owe $420. Well, you're going to lose about $12,000 on the sale. Do you know how much I gave them to take over their debt via a trust acquisition agreement? $40,000, $41,000 actually. $41,000. Hey there, Mr. Seller. I know you're going to lose $12,000 in the sale, but what if I gave you $41,000 on the sale? Remember how I said that was an FHA loan? Yeah, so that was his primary residence. He was going to lose $12,000 on the sale of his primary residence that he used to live in, and I gave him $40,000, $41,000 actually. And then I paid a 19-year-old another $7,000 for finding me that deal. So when you say it's corrupt, do you think it would have been more corrupt for me to let that person lose $12,000? Or would you have rather me give them $41,000? So let me rephrase your "this is corrupt" statement. The words that you're saying don't resonate with me. I can't quite understand them. So rather than learning more, I'm going to discredit it. Give up, bro. Give up. Anyways, it's a really awesome way to take over people's low interest rate loans. When people have low interest rates on their loans, perfect way to take over their debt. And if you're wondering whether or not it's like an ethical thing to do, what happens when somebody gets married and that person can't qualify for the debt that they have on their property? Maybe it's $1 million property and they don't have $1 million of income to qualify. Oh, well, they put it in a trust and they add it into the trust. What happens when you die and you have a mortgage on your property, or you don't have a mortgage on your property? You put it into a trust and you give it to your next of kin. You can't necessarily assume every single loan. So if it's, I'll make my kids assume my loan. Okay. If your parents have a loan of $1 million on their house and you don't make enough money to qualify for that, you're not able to buy that house? You just can't have the house? No, simply add somebody on to the ownership. Anyways, it's called a trust acquisition agreement. And if you guys ever want to close a trust acquisition agreement, it's super easy. Go to goldkeytc.com and my transaction coordinator will close it for you. This is my company. This is my business partner, Lexi. My business partner, Lexi, and I started a company called goldkeytc.com where we do transaction coordination. So if you guys are ever like, hey, I really want to close one of these deals, these are your closing costs for this deal. So this is your transaction coordination service if you ever want to set one up on yourself. Because I understand there's a lot of you who might want to buy your primary residence like this. Like for example, I bought my primary residence in a very similar way, taking over the debt that's on the property. Now I don't know how to close one of these deals myself in terms of the title work, so I had Gold Key TC do it for me. Anyways, pretty much no matter where you're living, you could take over somebody else's debt. And by the way, the communication with the attorney is handled by this company. So goldkeytc.com, remember that goldkeytc.com will close these deals without me being present in the transaction. Does that make sense? That means you don't have to give me a cut of your assignment fee if you're wholesaling a trust acquisition agreement. Now, I want to pivot really briefly. Can we get some of your birth cities in the chat? Where are we from? Where are we born? Let's get some birth cities in the chat. Where are we from? New Zealand, Roseburg, Oregon, Montreal, Budford, Georgia, Toronto, Las Vegas. How about Las Vegas? You guys want to do Las Vegas? Let's do Las Vegas. I want to show you something. How much is the guy's house that he lives in Las Vegas right now? Maybe 400,000? I want to show you something. All of you guys can buy the house that you're renting right now. All of you. You think you don't have the income to do it, but you do. I want to show you something. You're going to love this. Watch this. You can already afford your dream house. I've said it a million times. I'll say it a million more times. You can already afford your dream house. Trust me, trust me, trust me when I say that. You can already afford your dream house. And I'm going to show you why right now. So you said Las Vegas, right? Las Vegas, Nevada. Let's go ahead and look at some deals in Las Vegas really quickly. I don't own anything in Las Vegas, but we easily could. We easily could. Okay. Check this out. So I want to show you something. Let's look at, I'm looking for a perfect one, illustrating that you can already afford your dream house. I haven't found my perfect one yet, but I'm very close. There it is. Perfect. Let me share my screen, guys. So this is Lightning Leads, and I found a deal for you in Las Vegas. So this is a beautiful house in Las Vegas. Let's go ahead and take a look at the house that's on my screen right now. Here's the house, right? They're asking $370,000. Let's look through the photos. And this property was taken off market. They removed this listing from the market. Do you know why they removed this listing from the market? You know why? Well, guess what? They owe $365,000. I'm serious. They owe $365,000. This individual is currently asking $375,000, but they previously took the house off the market and now it's back on the market. They're asking $370,000 now. But look, they owe $365,000. What happens if you sell your house for $370,000 and you owe $365,000? Well, let's just do the math. $370,000, you take a very small realtor fee of maybe only 4% realtor fee. That's a really good deal for a realtor. You walk with $355,000. Meanwhile, you have a mortgage of $365,000. So really quickly, guys, for that house that I just showed you, if you were the owner, I want to see if you would say yes to this pitch. Hey, remember when you were selling your house for $370,000, but then you took it off the market because you were going to lose $10,000 on the sale? Yeah. Can I just take over your debt? Like, I'll pay the closing costs for the deal, but can I just take over your debt? Like, we'll put it into a trust and then I'll buy the trust off you. and you'll break even. Instead of losing money on the sale, you'll get out from under that payment. It won't cost you a dime to do this. You'll break even. And you're like, no, I wouldn't take that. And I'm like, bro, please use your ears. You're listed for 370. You owe 365. How much are you going to make? Negative $10,000. You are going to make negative $10,000. I call you up and I say, hey, bro, I know you're going to make negative $10,000, as in have to stroke a 10K check just to sell your house. Can we just take over your debt for $0 down? What do you think they'd say to that? What do you think they'd say to that? Well, let me show you what they said. This is my house in Oklahoma City. I saw we have some people from Tulsa, Oklahoma. You know Oklahoma City? This is my house in Oklahoma City. I just sold it. I'm going to make $100,000 on the property. I'm under contract with my buyer right now. It's pretty, isn't it? I renovated it. You know how much I paid for this house? Well, it was off market. I got it for $0 down. Hi there, Mr. Seller. It looks like you're going to lose money on the sale. How about we take over your debt because you're going to lose money on the sale? And you've got a 3% interest rate on your loan. I love a 3% interest rate. How about I take over your debt on the property? I'll put it into a trust and I'll buy the trust. And he gave me the house for free. That was a fluke, though. It was a fluke. That probably would not happen again. It's very unlikely that would happen again. Well, it did happen on about 5 other properties. So check this out. 15603 Comanche Grove. 603 Comanche Grove. This person also gave me their interest rate for free. Check this out. So this beautiful house right here, this was this summer. This summer, I called on this beautiful house in San Antonio, Texas. Look, it's in a nice neighborhood, right? I called on this house, $400,000. They owed like $350, 3% interest rate this summer. They gave me their house for free. The address is 15603 Comanche Grove, San Antonio, Texas. Isn't that crazy? Pretty insane. And guys, they did it again. Then I did it again on this property right here. This is my house in San Antonio, my other house in San Antonio. They gave me $0 down. This says also means you're overpaying. Well, this property right here, the one that we just looked at previous to this one, had a mortgage on it of $350. They were listed for about $440. So I got about $100K in equity on this. About $100,000 in equity on this. I also did it on this one right here. Got to take over a 2.3% interest rate on this one right here. Isn't that crazy? So guys, the opportunities are literally endless. We got a Discord student who bought one of my deals for $5K down. I got it for $0 down. It happens all the time. So going back to the example in Las Vegas, Nevada, guys, this individual has their house on market. You know, they're going to lose money on the sale. They're currently asking for $370,000. They're going to lose money on the sale, right? Yes. But the problem is they're under contract already. Uh-oh. They're under contract already. No. Well, guess what? What if somebody were to remove their house from the MLS because they weren't going to make any money? What would happen? What if we switch from on market to off market in Las Vegas, Nevada? Check this out. This individual, and maybe we can find somebody with a really low interest rate. Maybe we can find a really low interest rate, but honestly, there's so many opportunities, I don't even know where to start. Like we'd never run out of deals here, guys. I'll show you right now. See this house in Las Vegas? Oh, that guy closed. He didn't take it off the market. Let's see if this guy sold. That guy sold. He didn't take it off the market. I want to find one that actually took their house off the market. That guy sold too. Did you take your house off market? Sold for $489, but when was that? You listing. Yep, he took it off the market. Check this out. So this guy right here, he removed his listing at $545. Why would he do that? Why would he do that? He has a really nice house built in 2023. Why did he remove his listing? Well, he had this thing on market at $545,000, but he has a mortgage of $495,000. Could it be possible that offers were coming in at 510, 520? Break even offers? Yes. And look at this. I can skip trace him right here. I just unlocked his cell phone number. Look at that. This is the guy. That's his cell phone number right there. So I literally just unlocked his cell phone number. Absolutely ridiculous. So I could call somebody like that and I could be like, hey, bro, I saw you removed your listing because you weren't going to make any money. Can I just take over your debt? I'll just take over exactly what you guys owe, and I'll pay the closing costs. And remember, there's no qualification to do this. So as I said, you guys can already afford your dream house. Like right here, right now, regardless of your income, for the security deposit that you already put down on your rental, you could afford your dream house. Anyways, that's how I afforded my dream house. That's exactly how I afforded my dream house. This is how I own 90% of the properties in my portfolio. It doesn't mean that you're not cash flowing. It doesn't mean that you have no equity. However, usually it means you have an amazing interest rate and a really low down payment to get into the deal. People are asking what the website is. This is Lightning Leads within Buybox Cartel. So it's buyboxcartel.com, and then buried within Buybox Cartel, there's a software called Lightning Leads. And you can access Lightning Leads by going to Buybox Cartel, signing up, and then signing up for Lightning Leads. Buybox Cartel comes with Hold My Hand Wholesale, but Lightning Leads does not because it costs us money to skip trace people. Anyways, you can also find these on PropStream. I use PropStream interchangeably to find these as well. It's a really awesome strategy. Now, there's a woman here who says, hey, I'm the seller on the Crestview duplex. What is the Crestview duplex? Crestview duplex. I don't know about the Crestview duplex. Maybe I have. I don't know about the Crestview duplex. I'm not familiar with the Crestview duplex. We're under JV. Oh, you're talking. No, you're talking to somebody else. I don't know how you've had that deal for a month. You're talking to that other guy who tried to connect you, but it's a daisy chain. I don't want to be part of the daisy chain. I want you to work with, well, if you have a property under contract, a wholesale deal, you can join my Discord and submit it to my portal. That's all I can say about it, really. If you have a property under contract and you want us to sell your deal for you, if you have a property under contract and you want us to sell your deal for you, it's really simple. Join my Discord and type #submit. You can also submit deals to us for free on buyboxcartel.com. So this is how you submit deals to us for anybody who's curious. Anyways, Yoni, I had a really good conversation with her. I would just say follow up with her in probably a week, maybe 2 weeks, and see if she's interested in doing that deal.
Will do. Thank you, Richard. And also, before I leave, I just had a quick question. I don't know if you have time, but there was a cash deal in Alabama.
Cash deal, Alabama. What part?
It's in Birmingham. It's a duplex listed for 120. I got it for 85.
That's probably pretty good. Is it occupied or vacant?
That's occupied. One side is for 825, I think, or 835. It's 100% voucher for Section 8. And then the other one is 500, but it's on month to month, and they're paying below market. And then they know that like new owner, when the new owner comes, raises can rise. But
we reviewed this one on stream a couple days ago. Do you remember what I said about it?
I don't think I saw that.
It looks like it needs rehab, and I think people have been under contract on this before and it's failed inspection. I think this guy's been trying to sell this property for a really long time. Let me just see how many days he's been on market. Yeah. He's been trying to sell it since 2024, since September 24. So you can submit it to my team. I think your cash on cash return works. But we saw this 2 days ago. Somebody showed it to me on my live stream, and I was like, it looks good on the inside, but this like exterior facade in the property, like it looks like it needs work. And maybe it's okay. Maybe it's okay. We can try to do it again. I mean, I really don't have a problem, but I'd hate to mislead you and say, hey, it's a deal, because I think the rehab on this one has killed it a couple times. Like I've seen this deal a couple times before. So we'll see what happens this time. We can send it to our buyer. Um, maybe
Okay.
the discount allows for some rehab to be done.
Okay, because maybe she also said like no contingencies or something. It was like she want EMD like submitted 4 days after contract is signed.
Mhm.
I don't know if I just wanted to get your opinion on it. Like
It's
from
probably
people.
going to take 4 days to inspect the property and 5 days to get our result back and like know whether or not they want to submit EMD.
So that would be a no-go for her to want EMD before inspection report.
Yeah, I mean, unless you want to extend it, because usually, like, if we get a deal on Monday, we'll have the inspection back by Friday.
Yeah, because she said she wanted EMD submitted way before like the 7-day inspection period too. So it's like no contingencies or whatever. And I was like,
Yeah, this guy in the chat says it needs $12,000 from contractor quote.
okay. Well, yeah, I was willing to get your opinion on that one. Yeah, I'll just update you about the Atlanta one when I hear back from the agent.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Thank you.
No problem. Let me talk to Fernando. Fernando, what's going on, man?
What's up, Rich? How you doing, man?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Doing good. Hey, can I DM you an address? I don't supposed to get it on contract, but don't have it on yet.
Sure.
All right, I sent you the friend request. Can I? Let me see if I can.
Yeah, I just accepted it.
Okay, cool. I just sent it over to you. I'm not sure if someone else is working on this or not. Again, maybe you probably already went over this deal or not. I don't have it under contract yet, but did you see it?
Yeah,
Receive it?
I'm gonna pull that up
Okay,
right now.
cool. Cool. So basically, the agent said that they're open to doing a seller financing. What they're looking for, because I asked what their terms were, and then obviously I can either counter or see if it works. It's listed for 130. They want 10% down.
Great.
Their mortgage is at 102, and then she said they have a prepaid penalty if they pay off the mortgage for 4 years. So so they wanted like a 4-year balloon. Obviously, I told her the least I've ever done is 5 years, but in reality, I said I'm shooting for 6 years. And she did say they were looking for like $1,000 a month for a payment. So I'm kind of new. I'm like, I don't know what to do with this. I don't even know if something like this even makes sense, but I figured I'd bring it to your attention and see.
I think it's damn near a deal, man. So 130, 13 down, $1,000 per month. It says rent potential up to $1,200 per month. Is that per side?
Yeah, it is. So she says 1,200. I've seen Zillow says 950. Like that's kind of what I've seen has been renting for in the area. She's pretty confident about the 12, but if we're being conservative, I think even at the 950, it still would be over 20% ROI.
Dude,
so
this is great. This is
and
insane.
she
You just
said
stumbled
the
on
owner-
this?
Yeah, I just called her this morning, and she said the owner has an off-market deal across the street that she got the green light to do the same situation.
Bro, you're gonna make
Like
20K. You're literally gonna make 20K.
So I'm just trying to see what we can do here. And
oh my god, you're gonna make $20,000, bro. This is insane. This is the deal of a lifetime. So full offer on this. Let me just reiterate. 130, but how long is your balloon?
Well, again, I told her I can't do 4. She's trying to do 4 years. I told her, listen, maybe 5, but I'm really shooting for 6 years.
Do we have an interest rate on this?
We never talked about an interest rate at all, so I wouldn't even
Perfect.
bring it up.
Perfect. No interest rate. Could we do is a 5-year balloon possible?
Honestly, I would shoot for a 6, and then if she says no, then resort to a 5. I'm sure it could still be done.
Great. Do you I mean, this is 10K right here. Your deal right there. If you can get this for 130, 13 down, 1,000 a month, 6-year balloon, you'll make $10,000 on this deal. And if the other deal is anything like this, you'll make another 10,000 on that.
Okay, cool. Yeah, she told me that there's another offer on the table that they were trying to do. I think she said they were trying to do like 900, like a payment of 900, and they would take care of the taxes and insurance.
Offer
So
140.
she's like,
Offer 140. Go up on your offer. You gotta be competitive. Offer $140,000, $1,000 a month.
okay, so you do think it makes sense if we did it like that?
Increase the offer. Increase the offer. 100%.
Okay.
This is
Alright,
peak, bro. This is great. How long have you been doing this? Because I can I show you something, man? Because I want you to understand what you're gonna make on this.
Yeah, for sure.
I want you to know why you're gonna make 10. So your deal is way better than my deal. Your deal is way better than my deal, but I want to show you my deal just so you understand why you're gonna make 10,000 per deal on this. Because if they have two, $20,000, I'll tell you why. So check out this shitty little house. You see this house right here? It's a single family. It's in Detroit. Detroit is like very similar to Cleveland. This house has a tenant in place paying $1,250. We have monthly payments of $633. My down payment on this is 12. It's not a duplex, it's a single family. Your down payment is also pretty much 12, but it's a duplex. This thing only has $350 of cash flow. Yours has almost $1,000 of cash flow for the same down payment for a much larger building. You know what the interest rate is on this deal? 7.75. So the difference is you're a duplex in better condition with no interest rate, with the same down payment, and it's a much nicer property. And it's going to rent out for significantly more. And did I already mention you have a 0% interest rate? You know how much my deal sold for, even though it's $12K down on an $85K house? $5K, $5,000. So I got $5,000 out of my deal, which is not a very good deal. It's a fine deal. You know, it suffices. You get to take over somebody else's debt. You're making your $350 per month, but you still have a $17,000 down payment on this. Your deal, they're going to put $23,000 down all day long at 0% interest on those terms, especially if you can get 6 years. So I'll tell you what, we'll bypass the contract system. Come back here tomorrow if you can get that offer accepted at 140. I'll do the contract for you immediately.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm gonna call her after this call and kind of make sure that I'm being competitive enough and get that before the other person tries to come back and sweeten the deal. So I'll try to get some sort of, answer or whatever as soon as possible.
Okay, do you want me to bring you up tomorrow just in case you get a yes so that we can instantly have a contract over?
Yeah, for sure, please.
Okay. Tomorrow at 1:30 p.m., remind me to bring up Fernando Ruiz.
Okay, I added it.
The balloons that popped up, guys, they're an Apple thing. If I go like this, guys, I get well, if I go like this, I get rain. Well, I used to. I don't know if it does that anymore. And then if I used to go like this and we'd get like five, well, I guess it doesn't work anymore. Apple used to make little things pop up on screen, but it's not working now. Anyways, that's what an awesome deal, Fernando. Just make sure it's free and clear. There's no mortgage so that those terms actually work.
So actually, she did say it's a mortgage because remember the whole prepaid penalty. So I don't know if that changes anything. So they have $102,000 mortgage on there.
Okay,
So
easy. Well, we should be able to account for that. So how much does the mortgage cost per month?
She said that they're paying $895 with the mortgage and the taxes and the insurance included.
Okay, so
$895.
So we have $1,000 per month in payments. Does that mean we cover the mortgage and then another $100 on top?
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. We cover mortgage.
Yeah, exactly.
And then so the way that your deal will be structured is a hybrid. So you've got $120,000, $104,000. Well, actually, you wouldn't even need a hybrid. Just buy her out. You say you've got a down payment of $13K? That's $117K offer and offer closing costs. What'd you offer? Is it 130 or 120? I think it's 130, right?
No, it's one. She has it listed for 130. We didn't even talk about like going over asking or anything like that.
Oh, no problem. This even better. It's an even better deal because you could just take over the debt that's in place. So you are going to have an interest rate. You will have an interest rate, 100% an interest rate. But you're just so no hybrid. We're just going to take over the debt in place. So what I would do.
So if I'm understanding this correctly, sorry to cut you off, then this wouldn't be like a seller finance. This would be like a mortgage takeover.
And there's no
paying
need
her-
for a balloon. Yeah. How about I pitch this to them? I can pitch this to them right
Yeah.
now if you want.
I mean, I'd love to see if you want to jump on a call with her and
Yeah,
Or
let me
however
let me
you
go
do it.
ahead and pitch this to them really quickly. It'll be really easy because there's no need for a balloon.
oh, she just texted me the address of the other property that's off market, literally as we're speaking.
Well, actually, I don't want to hurt your rapport, so I kind of want you to do it. So because the thing is, the relationship you have, it was very hard for me to get to the point where I was with this other woman who I just did this with because you already had rapport in place, and that's going to help. So what I would do
Well,
is,
here's the thing, not to cut you off. When I literally just spoke to her this morning, and then when I spoke to her, I told her, "Hey, listen." She said, "Are you versed in seller financing?" I said, "To be honest with you, I'm more of a fix and flip guy. I handle the acquisitions for fix and flip. My partner's the one that's more versed
oh,
in
okay,
selling financing." So I was like, "I'm gonna have to consult with him, and he's gonna be the one that's gonna let me know if this is a deal or not. I'm just kind of looking out and for as a benefit of our partnership." So she knows that there's a partner that's gonna be basically jumping in because he's more versed in the city.
Okay, I'll call her. I'll call her. Fine. I'll give her a call. So what I'm gonna do is if she owes 104 on it and she's asking 130, we just offer her, we could offer her honestly 12K to take over the debt and she's just out of the deal. Because then she's getting 116, she's offering 130. We can even offer her 15K to take over her debt. So she's damn near getting 120 and we pay closing costs. So yeah, I'll give her a call. Are we talking to the listing agent?
Yeah, the listing agent. Exactly. I'm trying to where's her?
I see the phone number on Zillow.
Oh, okay, cool. I don't know if that was her number or if that was the office number. I can give you her actual number. I can DM you, or I guess it doesn't matter, right? But I'll do it right here. Her cell phone number. I know she's working right now because she literally just texted me.
Great. Let's go ahead and give her a call.
Yeah, and you can just say, "Hey, you spoke to my partner Fernando this morning." Again, she knows I handle fix and flips, and my partner's the one that handles seller finances.
And you're talking to Kit?
Correct.
All right. Oh, looks like I have this agent saved in my contacts.
Oh,
We'll see. And it's on the same deal.
there you go. That's why I was like, I don't know. I haven't been working, so I don't know if someone else is working this one or not. But
I sent them this. Listing on Evangeline Road. I was running it for cash on cash return. I'm looking for 30% right now. I was going to hit you guys with 110,000. So it looks like I offered to take over her debt. Yeah, let's go ahead and no, we're going to make it happen together, man. Let's see if we can make it happen together.
Okay, cool. I appreciate that.
So yeah. Here we go. I'm calling the agent now.
Hi, you've reached Kit Custer with the Sold It team.
Let me get your phone number. We'll send her a voice chat. Can you DM me your phone number?
So that's my personal phone. Usually I call off my Google voice number. I don't think it matters, right? As long as, okay, cool. And I'll text you the address of the off market that she told me. Text it to you right now. So you kind of are aware about this one. This looks like a nice property also. We DM you this one.
Let me send him a voice message. Hey, Kit, I'm Fernando's partner. You'd been talking to him about the property you had in Cleveland, Ohio for the seller financing. I have 25 doors seller finance, and I'd love to pick up another one. Cleveland's an awesome market for us. What I would do in this one is, because the mortgage is so close to what you guys are asking, is I thought I would just do a buyout option and offer to pay closing costs. So what I mean by that is we just take over the debt that's in place instead of seller financing an amount with a balloon payment. Because usually with seller financing, I'm going to be refinancing you out at the balloon, but the mortgage on this property is more than 75% of what the house is worth. So I wouldn't have a way to refinance you out because we are over leveraged as it is. So what I'm thinking is, why don't I just take over the over leveraged position for a lump sum in cash? I'm pretty sure that we had. I actually, this is not something we had discussed. This is something you and Fernando had discussed. But he is telling me that you guys were at $12,000, but you potentially had somebody else offering. I wanted to be competitive here. I'll up that to $14,000 to take over the position that you have on the loan for the duration of the loan. And then as far as a balloon payment, this would come off your DTI, so it wouldn't really be bogging you down in any way, and you'd be out of the deal entirely. Anyways, I'm going to send my portfolio and proof of funds, and hopefully we can get a deal done here. Thanks so much. Okay.
Awesome. Thanks, Rich. I appreciate it. I'm gonna follow up with her anyways and try to see what's the situation with this other one I just DM'd you. That's the off market that the seller's also interested in selling with similar terms.
Maybe our credibility with the amount of properties I have and the proof of funds, and then increasing the offer, will make this go through a little bit more
Yeah.
seamlessly.
Yeah, for sure. She's a nice lady. She's not one of those people that are just, you have those people that you talk to and they're just like, negative from the beginning and they don't want to, they're not open minded. So I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, hopefully we can get something done here. I just sent the portfolio and proof of funds, so let me know if that helps push it through. But yeah, go ahead and lock this thing up, man. And even if I'm not available to help you out, you can always come back on stage for more questions. I'm going to bring you up tomorrow. But if you lock it up, and even without me, just type hashtag submit and send it over, and that's an easy deal right there.
Appreciate it, Rich. Thanks for your help.
Absolutely, thank you,
Okay, bye.
guys. I'm gonna re up on my what's it called? My rice puffs, whatever the hell you call these things. I'm trying to have more carbs throughout the day. Give me like 30 seconds, guys. I'll be right back. How do you get started without that credibility? Well, that guy in the Discord, he doesn't have that credibility. I'm just helping him out when people need help. So a lot of the time, we have a student come up and we just lend our credibility to them. So for example, I give you guys access to my proof of funds and my portfolio. So in my credibility packet, you guys have my portfolio, and in proof of funds, you have my proof of funds. I just ask that if you're going to use my credibility, submit it to my team so that we're partnered on the deal and that we're not misrepresenting the situation. How is the balloon payment covered at the end? He says, balloon payment is covered at the end when we refinance out of the deal, meaning we need 25% equity in the property in order to do that. Where do we get his portfolio again? I will drop my portfolio in the chat for you guys. This is only part of it, the ones that I'm willing to show at this time. But that's my portfolio right there. If you're using that as credibility, the words to use are, well, my partner on this deal has a ton of properties. And then all you need to do is type hashtag submit, and then you can submit the deal. So here's the submission portal right here. To find that, put a hashtag in the chat and type hashtag submit. Anyways, I'll be right back. We're getting more, whatever the hell you call these. And switching the lighting back to the original lighting. Okay. So guys, I do have 25, but it's important to note that those are 25 doors. I actually have 20. I have 28 doors right now. I actually have 28 doors right now. I think this right here makes up for 20 of them. There's a couple other properties that aren't in this, but they are my primary residence. My primary residence is not in this. And then I also have a duplex in Detroit and another duplex in Detroit. So I have 2 duplexes in Detroit, hoping to line up a third soon as well. I don't have a real estate license, no. Rob from 304, what's up?
Hey, Richard, how you doing?
I am doing really well. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you for having me up.
Yeah.
Like I said in the comments, there is my first catch deal I submitted to your dispo.
Oh, yeah.
It's in Detroit, a single family. I sent you the address, but it is on the box also. It's under contract.
Are we occupied or vacant?
We are occupied with a month-to-month paying below market rent.
Okay. Do you see the 220 days on market and ask them what's going on with that?
No, I wasn't able to get a whole lot of details out of the realtor. They haven't received any strong offers or isn't hardly any saves on it either.
Okay. And
It's got a new roof, new furnace, new water heater.
Wow. I mean, it doesn't look like it needs a tremendous amount of work. Did they say it might need any work? Because I will say a lot of these deals fall through because the condition is misrepresented by the realtor. Sometimes I even like to go for 100K houses just because usually when it's listed for this long at this price, there's generally something wrong with it. So I really would like hey, I just want to let you know, we are literally going to have to back out of this deal if you guys have a lot of issues in the house. Do you know of anything major in the property going on? But it being occupied really does help. For an occupied property, we only need to hit a 20% cash on cash return, which is really, really easy, especially at this price point. What is the tenant paying?
Well, the tenant in it is only paying $850.
Ooh, that's quite low.
The Zillow rent is $1,400. Rent cash is $1,400.
Okay. Can the tenant leave if we submit EMD on it in 30 days?
Yeah, she was figuring out. I asked her when they were when it renews for that month-to-month tenant to see if I could have them out at close.
What do you have on the price?
50,000.
Nice. So, let's say we get it to them at, I mean, let's just say 58,000 for an 8K assignment fee. $58,000. You have a 7% interest. Oops, wrong area. $58,000. Your down payment is going to be 11,600. You're looking at this monthly. Man, this is a slam dunk if the tenant leaves after we know we're submitting EMD. So I wouldn't say anything until we inspect. So I wouldn't do anything until we inspect because we don't want to have the tenant leave and displace somebody if we're not going to buy the house. We can also give them an option to pay market rent, but $800 rent is going to be really hard. However, if the house is like needing a lot of work and there's just some interesting things going on condition wise, like I see we have some broken windows here. Well, maybe it's not a window. Maybe it's just maybe that's just a little mesh in there that's broken. If the house is in good condition, you've got yourself a slam dunk. I'll say that. And if it is in good condition and we end up submitting EMD, the tenant would need to either come up to at least $1,200. $1,200 would be okay. We could do $1,200, or they need to leave.
Okay.
So here's what you're going to do. Joseph will inspect this property. 100% Joseph will inspect this property. But if the inspection goes well, which I'm kind of nervous about, man, because looking at the back of the property in the basement, the days on market and what it looks like here, I am a little nervous, but I do like those things that you told me: new roof, new furnace, new water here. That's all really awesome. I just hope there's nothing else going on. That would be a real shame if there was, because this would be, I mean, if we could get a property for $58K and the rent is going to be $1,200, let's run our cash on cash return, guys. 308, add 250 taxes and insurance, 308 plus 250. We're looking at 558. Let's say you rent out for 1,200, take 20% off the top, subtract your 558. You're making this per month. Multiply that by 12. You're making this per year. Divide that by 11.6 plus 5. That's 16.6. It's just about a 30% cash on cash return. The price to send this to Joseph for is probably $57,000. I'm going to send it to him at $57,000. I'm going to tell my team to do that right now.
Okay, so the realtor has been really, I will say realtor has been hard to stay in touch with. I don't know why. Because Mira is my dispo, I think I'm saying that right, dispo manager. And she had a couple questions and I asked the realtor and she said she'd get it for me. And I tried to call her today and she did not answer and I left
What are the
voicemail and a text.
What are the questions?
She was wanting to know about the tenant that was in place. If it was
No need. No need. I'm going to sell this for you right now. Watch this. Hey, man.
I was just about to call you.
Well, I've got another one. We probably have 10 more, but hey, this is interesting. I don't know if you'd go for something like this. Do you guys have lenders?
If it comes from you, I would probably go for it.
Do you guys have lenders that fund DSCR at 57,000? Because I know it gets kind of hard below 60.
I do, yes.
Okay, cool. So I've got this. I've got a 3-1 in Highland Park, which is Detroit. It looks like a good property, and it's listed for 70. They have a new roof, new water heater, and new furnace. No, it's a 3-1. But the only problem is you have a tenant in place paying $850, but they're on a month-to-month lease. We have it under contract. I say we get it inspected, and if it passes the inspection, you guys give the tenant 30 days notice to either vacate or increase to $1,200. And at $57,000, this is a 30% cash on cash return if it's vacant. However, tenant is in place, and if we just have
Quick, is this Highland Park? Is it 18058 Cardioni?
no 123 Brighton Street. But essentially, situation is we need to get it inspected. And if you do get it inspected, tenant either needs to leave or move up to 1,200 rent to hit the 30% cash on cash return.
And the tenant's currently paying how much?
$850, but market rent is $1,400, so $1,200 should be no problem. So if she can just do a $350 increase, which doesn't seem too crazy, given that she's still below market rent at $1,200, you've got yourself an occupied 30% cash on cash return.
So the answer is always yes on that. The only two caveats, obviously, is one is the tenant month to month. Two, can the tenant actually
Month to month.
And three, if we kick them out, is the tenant going to destroy the property? Because that obviously happens.
Well, it's month to month, so they don't have a contract in place. But the normal rent is $1,400, and if you get $1,400 and you pay $57, you're looking at like a 39% cash on cash.
57. Wait, so what would we be getting it for? Because
$57K with our fee.
Holy shit! So even with you guys making money, we get it for $57K.
Yeah, and worst case scenario, you get yourself a 35% cash on cash return if you have to rent it out for $1,400 and you have 1 month vacancy.
That's a fucking win, even at that price, especially being 57. The only concern is what will that inspection detail?
That's my concern, man. I almost, because when you look at the property, they say in the listing, new roof, new furnace heater, or new furnace, new water heater. But at the same time, it's been on Zillow for 200 days. And I think it's been there for 200 days because the tenant's paying $850, but it's month to month. So we could just either ask them to leave or increase it.
And that also means if you got it to me for $57K, what do you guys pick it up for? What, 52?
50.
50. 50. Holy shit. Okay. I'm all for that. Yes, all day. My concern is why is it for 50? You know?
Well, it's listed for 70. It's listed for 70, so it's not insane. But I also haven't checked shootings, so that before we even initiate this,
Let's check it.
I haven't even checked that. I know shootings. That's actually crazy lucky. That was that's actually crazy lucky. I figured that might have been part of the reason, but I agree with you. I am nervous about the inspection. So look at the photos and let me know if you want to inspect it. It does look clean. The tenant is in place, so it's probably not destroyed. It does have a new roof, new furnace and water heater. Speaking of new roofs, Tacoma got the roof today. All done.
My God, listen, I just talked to the buyer for that. He's very excited about that deal. He goes, he knows he's paying a premium price above all the others, but he's also like the numbers work out the best for that as well. It being fully turnkey, so he's very excited. My client Josh buying that. He's also buying a shit ton of other deals from you guys. So definitely keep them coming. Got a great talk with your TCs today on making sure these contracts go out appropriately with assignment fees and turn times to make sure everybody's getting the properties inspected in time. Or on time, so that way we can move forward. Fullerton's definitely a go.
Oh, good. Did you like the math on that? I tried to lower the numbers to make it work.
Yeah. No, listen, the math completely is that's great, and you taking $1,000 off was a very sweet view as well. So
I hate canceling a contract, so I wanted to make it work.
I'm with you. That one's scheduled for 12 p.m. For Friday with Kevin, our guy. So that's good to go. So let whoever got that locked up. That should be good.
Me, I did it.
Oh, you did it. Holy shit. All right, my guy.
Yeah, we're doing demos for people. I told people, I said, guys, I'm gonna make $3,000 in an hour right now. Watch this, and I did it. That's a 3K assignment fee right there.
And it's documented. Holy shit.
Yeah, YouTube video. It's gonna be great. You'll be in it.
I can't wait. Let's see here. Everything else is LaBelle Street's moving forward. Yeah, man, everything's moving forward. We got 831 Pine Street locked up. I sent the earnest money in for that for my client. So it'll be a reimbursement from there. Yeah, I mean, as long as we dial in the rest of the communication, this will be a full well-oiled machine doing 30, 40 deals a month easily.
Oh, I can't wait, man. I can't wait. Well, hey, let me put you in a group chat with this with the guy, the dispo manager who's handling this one I just told you about for $57,000. And then just because I do want to protect your inspection money, look at the property, look at the photos, look at the street view, do as much due diligence as you can before you
100%.
do it, because I hate it falling through because of condition, and I know that it happens all the time.
Yeah, definitely will. Once you send that over to me, we'll even probably have one of our guys go drive by and check it out. But that works. So
yeah,
send it over and I'll take care of it.
Great. Thanks, man. Talk soon.
Thank you. Bye.
All right, 7K for you. But dude, I can't stress enough. Don't start celebrating until you know about that condition, because dude, I'm gonna be real. This thing makes me nervous. Why has it been there for 200 days? What is 200 days on market? That's the craziest thing I've ever seen. What, like, wouldn't somebody have picked it up? So let's hope and pray it's just the tenant. But we're gonna get this thing inspected, and the only thing that would kill your deal, man, is if it has a bad inspection.
Okay, that sounds good. And I assume for any other deals that I run across the same, try to get a little bit more info out of them.
Yeah, because like I always like to say, like, honestly, guys, half the people who came up last week with deals assigned, they had inspection issues. Like, oh my God, this needs $10,000. Guys, I kid you not, one of them had fire damage and we didn't know. Like, it's literally fire damaged and we had no idea. I was like, what do you mean it's fire damage? He's like, yeah, there's fire damage in the inspection report, and it fell through. And it's like, as much as I want to like be mad at myself for that, God, I mean, that's just kind of the way it is. I would do the same thing. I would back out if there's issues that were that significant as well. So guys, you tell the agent, like, guys, my lender needs to inspect the property. And if this thing is cooked, we're not getting this loan. So I just want to be so transparent. Is there something going on that you think our inspector, who's very diligent, will find? And just let them know about that. Set that expectation. Anyways, I like your deal. I'm going to pair you with the buyer right now. Or not,
Okay, awesome.
not so much the buyer's representation. So buyer's representation, and then let me get your phone number, bro. Can you DM me your phone number?
Yes, I can.
Actually, I don't really need it. You're in contact with Elmira, right?
Yes, I am.
Okay, I'm gonna update Elmira. Hey, Elmira, Joseph, I sent your deal that Joseph, or I sent your deal on. Student is Rob. What's your last name?
Alexander.
Oops, spelled that wrong, but same photo, but just a little bit of a belly, the Duke. Exact same AI photo, but just small belly, and then ideally me holding it kind of like this. I don't know if that's possible, but if you could go handle that for me. All right, so student is Rob Alexander, and then 57,000, and then address is this, and then Joseph, check condition prior to inspecting. I am also nervous about it. Almira, we have a tenant paying $850 month to month. They either need to come up to 1,200 or vacate if this passes inspection. Okay. Well, that's a potential $7,000. So I'm really hoping that we can push that through for you. And yeah, man, great work.
Thank you, Rich.
All right. Mr. Matt Lube, what's going on?
Hey, Richard. So I sent you a DM of a property. I don't have it on the contract. I first wanted for you to vet the deal. I think it's a 120K ARV, 55K rehab. But I just wanted to confirm with you. The other thing is that the actual owner quit claim deed it to his brother-in-law, but they haven't filed it. So I convinced them at 14K.
They said, whoa, they said yes to 14K?
Yeah.
No way. Is it a single family or duplex?
I think it's a single fam.
Okay. Can I get the address? Oh, wait.
It's in your DMs.
Moore?
Yeah.
Wow, man. Oh, but it's listed for
full gut down.
It's listed for 29. Oh. Well, I thought it would be listed for more than that. Honestly, man, usually houses listed for 29K are just like fully cooked and there's very little that we can do with them. I don't really ever pull deals that are that cheap. But you have it under contract, so you have it under contract. I guess we'll see what happens. But honestly, usually
No, I don't have it under contract.
Oh, okay.
Go under contract, but they have this quit claim deed that they haven't filed. And the agent was like, I notarized it, and the county is giving me an appointment date of 24th March.
So
and he was like, ask your title company if they can file it or something. And there was red flags, and I wanted to confirm with you.
Yeah, a deal like this, I mean, I would say it's probably more than 50K rehab. I'd say man, just the roof and siding alone is going to be 20. So, and then you need the whole interior too. And I think the interior is fire damaged. Do you see the fire damage? Like the black stuff on the ceiling?
I can't tell the difference, to be honest with you.
Well, whenever you see like dark stuff, it's from fire. Like it's from the smoke from the fire.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So I'm man, I honestly, I think anything on Zillow listed below 50K is probably not a deal. I mean, it is a deal maybe, but guys, I genuinely don't really go after things listed below 50K. I mean, sometimes they're in the 40s and it's okay, like if it's like a bird deal, like for Harry, but you know, it makes it really really hard to get deals done when they're in that condition, and usually the price point correlates with the condition. Okay. You can go after shitty houses like that, but you know, have them listed for 50 or 60K so that there's more of a margin there for us. Usually it's in slightly nicer condition there.
Okay, so this is a complete no-go.
You can always shoot your shot, and I've been wrong many times before, but I wouldn't lock it up if I were you.
Okay, not even a lower price?
You ever see like a car that might be worth $10,000, but maybe the rehab is 10K? It's kind of like that.
Yeah, I get it.
I think your rehab on
Okay.
this thing is probably going to be like 70, and that's like for roof and interior. And maybe it'll sell for $110,000, but that makes it really hard because remember, it costs $5,000 to close it, and then there's another 10K in holding costs when you buy the property, 5K, and then you've got another 5K in holding costs, like the interest payments that you pay throughout the rehab. So the margins are just very, very thin. And generally speaking, people multiply ARV by 0.65 at this time. So it would be 110,000 minus 0.65 or times 0.65, so 110 times 0.65 puts you at 71. Subtract a $70,000 rehab, and the purchase price is essentially zero. So I mean, it just I could be totally wrong, man, but I don't understand why somebody would take on a project like this. So I don't really tend to go after opportunities this low.
Okay. And, for future references, if they have a quit claim deed like that, the one I said to you, what to do in these situations?
If they have a
They
quick,
want basically us to file it.
I don't really know. I wouldn't imagine it's much of a different process. I've never run into that situation before, but if somebody's been quit claim deeded the property, we could still close the deal.
Okay. And would the title company need that original document sent to them?
I'm sorry, I don't know.
Okay.
Cross that bridge when we get there.
Okay. All right. Thanks.
Absolutely. Let's talk to MJ Wade. What's going on, man?
What up, bro? How you doing?
I'm well. How are you?
Doing good, man. I was just if you want to try to sell that CAA live. I didn't think you was gonna call me up, man. I was just kind of putting it in there. But it's with your dispo team now. Sharice just gave me the word. It's at 3.75 single family in Texas. It doesn't it either breaks even or it's a little negative. But it's a 3.75 rate, 8K down on $190,000 balance.
The chat has some awful things in it right now. Okay, let's check it out.
It's in the chat, 1909. Or in your DM, rather. In your DM.
Okay. You got a 3.75% interest rate.
Mm-hmm.
So usually when things cash flow, I can sell them live, but if it doesn't cash flow, I can't sell it live. However, that doesn't mean I can't sell it. It usually just means it's hard to sell it live. This thing is cool. Harker Heights. Where is Harker Heights?
It's in Bell County near Killeen. Has about 40,000 people in it.
Cool, man.
County has about 300,000.
Where'd you get this lead? It looks off market. Is this a lightning lead still?
No, no, I plan to get that, but I don't have it yet. It was on market. It was nearing the end, and yeah, I gave it to the realtor to offer, and they basically blotched up the offer. The guy emailed me directly from the email that was on the offer that I sent to the realtor. That I guess the realtor forwarded to him, and he just emailed me directly, like, "Yo, man, give me a call about my house." And then I got on the phone with him, and let him know what was going on. And he was like, "I'm about to cancel my listing, and I'm gonna work straight with you." I said, "Cool, let's do it."
That's amazing, man. I love that. And now you're under contract?
We're under contract. It's with your dispo team now.
Dude, that's so awesome. Okay, so I would have offered this guy at a 3.75% rate. I would have probably offered him no more than 10K down. What do you have on the down payment?
8,000.
Deal. Doesn't even need to cash flow. 8K down, perfect. PITI?
PITI is 1406.
Rent is probably
The taxes,
16,
man.
18.
Say it again.
Rent is probably like 16 to 1700.
Exactly. 1600.
That's a deal. 8K down. Guys, it's a 3% rate for 8K down. Come on. That's a deal. Yeah. That's perfect. When did you submit that?
I submitted it yesterday, I think. Me and Sharice been going back and forth, and she just let me know that it's now with the dispo team.
We'll start it at $5,000, but it might go for a little bit more, only because it's slightly removed from Austin, and because there's not much cash flow. But this is a deal, 100%. Great job, man. Great work. Isn't it weird how it's like you have nothing and then one day somebody just comes back to you?
Yeah, man, that's awesome. Quick question on that before I let you go. Tell me the rule again as far as how much we should offer, because normally you say we should offer, 10%, but when it doesn't cash flow, we should go a little under.
Yeah.
Buy box had it at a $16K down payment, which would I offer that first. But then when I seen the mortgage, the PITI, from his actual mortgage statement, that's when I put it down to, I was trying to get it at 5, but we kind of counted at 8.
Did buy box show it having a little bit of cash flow?
No, I mean, well, no, I put the,
I think
the taxes, when he sent me the mortgage statement, the taxes were like $130 difference. So
I think
maybe.
so the formulas in buy box for the mortgage takeover deals like this have changed. Almost all of our mortgage takeovers are really cheap houses, but about 2 years ago, all of our mortgage takeovers were like middle class houses in Texas and Florida. Like people will remember we used to do a lot of 300 to 500K houses in Texas and Florida, and even if you had a 4% rate, you could still put $15,000 down on that and people would buy the deal. However, that doesn't really sell anymore. It used to sell, doesn't really sell anymore. And I think the 16K down on this is kind of reminiscent from a time when 16K down on a $200,000 house would have been an awesome deal. But the market's shifted a little bit and these are more prevalent and now you have to get them for a lower down payment. So it's probably something that we should change on the back end where our down payment for mortgage takeover is lower. But guys, the rule of thumb is this. If you've got a really low interest rate on a house, like a 3% rate, and it's a 500, 600K house, you could probably put down no more than 5%. No more than 5%. So if you get a 500K house and you got a 3% rate on that, try to put down 20K, maybe 15, right? It just, these things used to sell a lot more, but they don't sell as much as they used to. And I don't really know what changed in the market. We used to be able to sell middle-class houses, no cash flow, low interest rates. But now if it doesn't cash flow, it has to be 5% down to sell, and only if it has a really low interest rate.
Right. So I'm seeing so I'm working this area. It's a large, it's a big VA community. So this has a VA loan on it and several other ones that I do. I'm kind of working at an angle. But of course, in this Texas, the taxes are crazy, as you know. His PI is only like $850. But when there's a realtor involved, so it's direct to seller, so AK work. When there's a realtor involved, how do I position that? Do I just kind of do the same 5% down and just kind of give the realtor a net number? Say, hey, I'm willing to give you this out of that, or
check this out. So there's two ways to do this. So I'll give you your answer to that question right now. Let's say you're doing this in Detroit, Michigan, where it is going to cash flow. Oh, we got to click here. Control panel, lightning leads, and let's go to Detroit. So let's say you go Detroit, Michigan, and then you want to do mortgage takeover. Let's say you do on market where you do have realtors. Let's do price low to high really quick. Okay, let's see what it finds me. So it finds me this guy right here. Nice house, right? So well, it looks like he's under contract. Are we on market? We are on market, yes. So he's under contract. I want to find a real life example that actually works. Let's do lower cash flow, nice cash flow, but yes, look at this guy. Perfect. So this guy's asking 104. He owes 98. Not going well, right? Going really poorly. The real and how much could you put down on this? Like, what do you think? Understanding the cash flow. So it's going to rent out for 1,600. They pay 700. What do you think you put down on this?
And they're asking 104, 10K?
even 12 because it's cash flows. So now you're over 10% down. Now you're over 10% down. You're in Detroit, you're over 10% down, 5% rate, 700 PITI, 1600 rent. You're cash flowing $500 per month. That's pretty insane. You could probably put down 12K on this and it would still sell. But let's say you put down $12,000, right? What's the realtor expecting? Realtor's probably expecting 4K. You know, that's like
Yeah.
that's like 4%. Their seller is still making out with more money than they would make at their asking price, even with paying the realtor's commission like that. So that's
Gotcha.
that's how you'd handle that. And then I'll also let you know, if you really liked dealing with your seller and you thought that that was infinitely easier than dealing with a realtor, I agree. I think it is. Do this off market, lightning lead search, and check this out. This guy's also cash flowing $500. 4 months ago, he had his house for sale, but you know what happened? He removed the listing. Not because it sold. Why did he remove it? Well, he sat there for 4 months. You see the 3 months or 4 months he sat here?
Yep.
He removed the listing because he owes 57K and offers were probably coming in too close to what he owed. So he takes it off.
Mhm.
Now there's no realtor, just like your scenario. And then you call the seller. How do you call them? Unlock their contact info. How do you know that's the real number? It's only 50% accurate because skip tracing is inherently inaccurate. You have an iPhone?
Yep.
If you take that phone number right here and you plug this into your iPhone and it turns blue, it means it's the seller. This one's green,
it.
so it could be a landline. So you can kind of save some time, but they might pick up the phone. But, you know, if it's a landline, green. If it's an Android, green. If it's a disconnected number, green. Any number that's not a real number that you put on your phone is green. But if it is a real number, it's going to turn blue. So I like to put them in my phone and find out. And then you get red receipts too. And you can text your leads with blue texts, which is amazing. And I always hit them with this. Hey, I was one of the people who made an offer when you had your house for sale, but your realtor said you couldn't accept it because of your mortgage. I saw that it's not for sale anymore. Now that the realtor's out of the picture, can I just pay you everything we were going to give you plus their commission?
Mhm.
Easy
I
pitch,
like
right?
that. I like that.
And then
I
you
like that. That's good.
and then you deal with sellers who are much like the seller you're under contract with now, except for even at a 6% rate, they're cash flowing beautifully. Look at the crazy cash flow despite the rate. Rent 1,300, payment 540, and the reason it's 540 is because they only owe 57K and 6% interest on 57 is literally like $350.
Got it.
So cheap houses are the wave, man. Cheap houses and off-market expired listings are so powerful. All I like to do is I find that cash flowing one, like this guy right here. He's super low equity in this scenario. I click on it. I make sure that he removed his listing. Yep, look at that. Listing removed right there. That's what we've flagged all of these listings for listing removed. And you can even see his thought process. Look at his thought process as we go through this. I'm going to sell my house for 89 or 90, 95. Okay, how about 89? Okay, how about 84? Okay, I don't know. I'll just take this thing off the market. And then you call him and it's like, "Hey bro, I saw your price drops to the point where you were pretty much making nothing on the sale. How about we do 10K down?" And 10K down suffices even at a 7.75% interest rate. I know because I have that exact deal accepted and sold on this Detroit house right here for $5,000 assignment fee, and it's $12,000 down at a 7.75% interest rate.
Can you filter those? How recent can you go on the expires?
I don't
Like,
think we.
you get
This software just came out, and I don't think we have a filter to do that. But yes, it would be a good idea, wouldn't it? That would be nice. That would be really awesome. But you do have 6 pages of these in one city, and I'm honestly just zoomed into an area. The more I zoom out, I'll find even more. But you have 6 pages of these. I wish you could filter for most recent expired listings. I think the data lags a little bit, but check this guy out. 64 days ago, 2 months ago, failed listing. He was asking 80.
Yeah.
He owes 73, 257 cash flow. Maybe I can call one of them right now. Let's see. Did he remove the listing? Yeah, the listing got removed. Maybe we can call this guy right now. Let me just see. If I unlock his information right here, and then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put this into my phone to do the test to see if it's a real person. Phone number's green. I feel like that's a disconnected number. Let's test to see if it's a disconnected number for a green phone number. I'm gonna call right now. It does say Detroit. Who knows? Maybe they just have an Android.
Hello?
Hey, I was one of the people who tried to buy the house on Rutherford Street, but I saw it was off market. Are you guys still trying to sell that?
No, you have a wrong number.
Oh, sorry about that. Talk soon. Bye-bye. Probably talk never. Anyways, my conversion rate's 40-50% here. I don't get realtors saying no. I don't get people hanging up on me. Rather, I get disconnected or wrong phone numbers probably 50 to 60% of the time. But about 40% of the time, I talk to somebody who actually had their house for sale and were able to come to an agreement, kind of like you were. But yeah. What do we have there? Jeez, I don't even know what I'm looking at. But anyways, that's what I would recommend. Looks like my camera froze again. Guys, that software is called that's Buybox Cartel, and within Buybox Cartel, it's lightning leads. It's lightning leads. Hold on, let me fix my camera, guys. But you're all good, man? You're all good? Hello? Hoping you're all good. Hoping you're all taken care of. You're muted right now. Well, maybe you're not.
No, I hear you.
Okay.
I'm good. Thank you.
All right, perfect. Best of luck to you, man. Good job on your deal. I love that.
Thanks, bro. Appreciate it.
Bye-bye. Killer right there. Awesome. Seb, I feel like you were first. What's going on, man? Oh, hey,
What's
man.
up?
Yeah, we're doing a one-on-one tomorrow, right?
Yeah, I have a possible deal in Detroit. Still negotiating the price on it, but I sent you the address, so just wanted to see what you think.
Okay. What do you like to do in your free time, Seb?
Well, I like to ski and golf, but I tore my ACL last month, so
No.
not skiing for a little while. Yep.
No, dude, that
So
sucks.
yeah, I got surgery at the end of this month. So after surgery, I will be call crazy because I'm gonna be like really out of work because I'm just working from home right now. So
Well, you can definitely figure out something, man. I know it's possible. So yeah, you got a 79K house. Is this cash, creative finance? It looks really nice, by the way.
yeah, it's cash for Joseph.
Cool.
Possibly.
And we have tenants in place or vacant?
No, vacant. It was just flipped actually.
Just
So,
flipped, vacant,
yeah.
listed for $80,000. Any shootings?
Nope.
What's your rent?
1,300 market, but I did it as 12 in mine.
Okay, if we're
with 20%, with 10% and 10% taken.
okay,
So
so Joseph's rule is if it's vacant, 30%, if it's occupied, 20%. He will use the 1,300 if it says 1,300. So let's see what it says.
okay.
So it
Yeah,
says
like 1290, I think.
1331 today. So it says 1331 is what the rent is going to be based on all of the listings. So what we're going to do is we're going to take 1,300. I think you probably need to get this to him at 65. I think it'd be nice to get it to him at $65,000. So 1,300 multiplied by 0.8 puts you at 1040. And then you're going to subtract your PITI, which is going to be if he pays 65,000, down payments 13,000, monthly payments 345 plus 250 is going to be 595. Subtracting 595, 445 cash flow multiplied by 12 yearly basis, you're making 5,340. Divide that by your total entry of 18,000, and that should be 30%, just about. 29.6, good enough. So he'd love this at 64.5. That would be really nice for him at 64.5. I still feel like 65 is possible though.
Okay, yeah, they're super firm on 65 right now to me, so that's why I'm like,
You're right on the edge, bro. You're like right
know.
on the edge. It's so close.
I know, and he's like, I got another offer for 65, but like we want to work with you, so I might just be, I'm at like 60. I was at 62.5 before.
Come up to 63 and get yourself 2K.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
Come up to 63. Say, hey, by the way, I'll pay all closing costs.
All right. Yeah. I mean, he knows it. I use that already for my negotiation.
Keep it in it's a card that you can play later in the negotiation. Sometimes I'm like, you know what? Okay, I'll pay a closing cost. And I haven't mentioned it, and it gets the deal across the finish line, even though I was going to pay him to start with.
Yeah. All right. You think like if I get it at like 63.5, he would do it?
Yeah, he probably would do it.
I know I'm not going to get that much, but like
you would, yeah. Now you just need to make sure it's not a double close. So don't say anything about assignment, but read the contract and make sure it doesn't say non-assignable, because if the deal is non-assignable and we have to double close it, your entire profit will be eaten by the double close fee. So
Yeah.
dude, I mean, hell, even if you get this thing for 64, you'll still probably get $1,000 assignment fee, you know? I mean,
Yeah.
we will process it. It's not going to be great, but we will do it.
All right, yeah, I don't care. I mean, like it's whatever.
Yeah, just see what you
1,000.
can get, man.
All right, yeah.
All right.
I'll let you know tomorrow.
See ya. Bye.
Thanks.
All right, last question, guys. Lotus and Light, what's going on? You got a deal for me to
How's it
review?
going with you?
Hey.
Yeah, in your DMs, brother. Thank you for having me. I appreciate you.
Absolutely. Let me see if I can help you out. So, this looks like a flip of sorts.
Yeah.
Cleveland, Texas. After repair value is going to be $240. Rent is $1,250. Is it a duplex or triplex? I see 2 or 3 units.
I believe that one's the duplex.
Okay. And what price do you have it at?
We got it at 199. Can probably get it down to trying to get it down to 180. I was just wanted to show it to you, see if it's something that makes sense to you.
Okay. So duplex bringing in 2,500. Cleveland, Texas. I would do something like this on creative finance terms. My normal cash buyers aren't going to pick this up because of the location, and also the rehab that you'd need to do. And then also a flipper's not going to pick this thing up because the margin is not large enough for a flip. We can't have it at 190K with an ARV of 240. Your ARV formula is ARV multiplied by 0.65 or 0.7. So you'd be looking at ARV of 240 multiplied by 0.7 already underwater, even before subtracting rehab. So the formula for a fix and flip is ARV multiplied by 0.65 or 0.7. Some investors use different formulas. Subtract renovation, subtract what you want to make, which would put you well below the 240 mark. So it can't be flipped because it doesn't have enough margin for a flip. 190 lockup price means that the buyer pays minimum of 195. Then they're in it for $200,000 with closing costs, then 205 with holding costs. Then they sell it for 240, and then 15 comes out of that for realtor fees, and then you're pretty much underwater. So hard to flip, hard to rent, because my buyers typically don't want to renovate something to rent it out when there's cheaper, higher cash on cash things available. So the move on something like this is a creative finance deal. 100% I would do creative finance on this. It could be an awesome creative deal even with the rehab that you have.
You cut out.
Uh-oh. You don't have enough margin for a flip. Can't lock something up at 190 if the ARV is 240. My buyers don't want to renovate and they don't want to buy in that market for a rental in cash, but my buyers would love to buy something like this on creative finance terms. You're going to want to get this thing on creative finance terms.
Okay.
I would offer them 10% over list, 10% down, and 40% of rent in monthly payments on that, and say, hey, my lender isn't going to qualify me for something that needs a rehab because he's a DSCR lender. Say that and see what they say.
Okay. I'll do that. Thank you, brother.
Absolutely. All right, guys. That's our stream for today. I'll see if I can do one call really quickly. I might have something to call really quick. I'll do a call really quick, guys. Let me just do 1 or 2 calls really quick. I want to walk this property. I got to call the property that Harry walked, and I got to make that offer. Let's call on this. So I've got two cash deals to call on, guys. Really quickly, I'll call on two cash deals before we do a wheel spin. So guys, the two cash deals I'm going to call on, and potentially three, but the two I'll call on right now are going to be this one. I want to buy this house myself more than anything. I'm going to call my contractor really quickly. My roof is done. Look at that, guys. My roof is done on my new property. You guys want to see the roof on I re-sided it and put on a roof. You want to see? Check it out. Here it is. Look at that new roof. So new roof, and we're halfway done with the siding right now. Look at that. There's the new roof on the property. And then all this gray you see, that'll be re-sided. So all this will be re-sided. It'll be white like that. But yeah. At any given time, guys, I'm flipping two houses. I'm about to close on my second flip, and then I also have a third flip that I'm also closing on. But my third flip, I'm not closing on it as the buyer. I'm closing it on it as the seller, and I'm going to make $70,000 on that bad boy, Oklahoma City. So I'm very excited for these. Now I'd like to pick up another fix and flip. I would like to do another one, and I want to do it on this property right here. But I don't think we've walked it yet, but we do have the lockbox code. Four flips at once would be devious. I don't think that let me see if we got the.
This is Jacob Hardecki with Market Elite. Please leave a message and I'll get back with you as soon as possible.
I really want to walk this property, guys. Let me see if I can call a different realtor on this. Here he is. Oh, here's my contractor. Hey.
Hey, what's up, Richard?
Hey, man. There's that really pretty greenhouse. I'm trying to get you to walk the property, but I haven't gotten the code yet. I'm gonna see if I can get you the code for it. But I was just gonna call and see if we walked it, but then I remembered we never got the lockbox code.
And give me, I don't know how my leg gonna feel. It's hard for me to drive right
now. Right.
It's hard for me to get it feel a little bit better, but it's hard for me to like get in the car and drive.
Okay, never mind. Take your rest. It's okay. He's not even.
I'm gonna see how I feel tomorrow. Then I'll just shoot you a text so you can schedule, let you know if it's a little bit better or what the case may be.
Okay. No problem. Take your time. Feel better, man. House is looking great, by the way, and buyer's still on board.
Okay, great.
Yeah, and we're closing on Sanford in about a week and a half, 2 weeks. So we'll have another project lined up, and I'm hoping to get another one going at the same time too.
Okay, that'll work. Just let me know.
All right, we'll let you know. Talk soon. Bye-bye. Okay, so guys, I'm buying these if you have wholesale deals. I like really pretty duplexes that have shitty insides that I can make nice. I really want to try to get in contact with this realtor here. Really, really want to talk to bro. There's bro. You've got a phone number. Is this your buddy's phone number or is this your phone number? Ending in 9. Ending in 9. No, that's not your phone number, bro. That's your buddy's phone number. What about you? What about your phone number? Oh. Oh, wait. Yeah, that's his. Huh. Well, hold on. I'm just going to dig a little bit. Any other? Oh, here's one. Here we go. Found a phone number.
Press 1 to be connected with the agent. Thank you. This call may be recorded.
Hello, good evening. Thanks for calling homes.com. My name is Chris. I see that you're reaching out.
That's a buyer's agent, guys. Come on. Oh, God damn it. I don't want to talk to a buyer's agent, guys. Why don't we have any? Maybe if I grab a previous listing that he did that sold, his phone number will be on it and I can call. This guy's pending. Yeah. Oh, look at this. Thanks, Derek. There's his phone number. Ah, that was a good idea. Oh, wait, that's not his phone number. No. But here's a different phone number.
This is Jacob Hardecki with Market Elite. Please leave a message.
Damn, Jacob, you're so hard to reach, man. I'll just add them to my contacts really quickly. So no response there. We'll follow up on that shortly. And then I have one more follow-up I will do here on a cash deal that we were supposed to walk. We were at 50 on this bad boy. We walked it. Harry didn't tell me if he liked it or not. So I should probably call Harry first. Let me call Harry and see if he liked it. How's Anson? I don't know what Anson's up to. That's a good question.
Richard, how you doing?
Hey, how are you?
Good. I'm on the road.
Where are you?
I'm on the freeway.
Oh,
To get to my parents' house.
Oh, I thought you were in Ohio or something.
No, my flight is tomorrow. I moved it back a day.
That's a good idea. So, hey, I was wondering if you wanted what your feedback was on the East 130th property.
My guy went. He took a video. I did not look at the video yet.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna see if I can lock it up at 50. The rehab looks really basic. I guess just let me know.
Yeah, I'll let you know as soon as I can. I mean, I had to pack for this trip, and I was sick, and I'm on the go. So.
Take your time.
Okay, but I think the feedback was that it was good too. I just haven't watched the video yet, and I just need to make sure that it works.
No worries. Take your time.
I appreciate you.
Absolutely.
Also, any Instagram tags, I appreciate that as well.
I will tag you on Instagram.
Okay, sweet.
All right. See you, man. Bye-bye.
All right, later. Bye.
Okay, let's just call the agent. Let's just get this at 50 really quick. This guy was really chill on the phone. Lock her up.
Your call has been forwarded.
Come on. I want a deal, man. I want a deal. I want like 6 deals in closing instead of 5. You guys want to see my flip that's closing though? I'll just show you really quickly. Check this out. So I've got, oh my God, I have so many wholesale deals in closing right now. I have $20,000 on those 2 duplexes with Yusuf, $5,000 on my single family in Detroit, $7,000 on the property 1314 Charlotte in Norman, Oklahoma. You remember that? 7. So that's 20. That's $32,000 in closing from wholesale deals. Do I have any other wholesale deals in closing right now? Yes, I do. I have another $3,000 cash deal on Fullerton. Remember, Joseph said Fullerton was a go. This deal's another, not this one. It's 3010 Fullerton. That's another $3,000. That puts me at $35,000 in closing. However, half of my assignment fee on this one, I'm giving away to a random student. Literally giving away this deal to Chase. Chase, if you're in the chat, I'm giving you half of my profit on this. You're welcome. Literally just because he called the person and I wanted to include him, and I spent no time getting this done. So that's $35,000 in closing and wholesale deals. Now on to my fix and flips. 13605 Tacoma Street, 13605 Tacoma Street is under contract for $148,000. I'm going to make about $29,000 on the flip. I know we wanted to make more than that. I had to reside the property. It was ass. So $29,000 on this. That puts my profit $29,000 plus $35,000 at $64,000 from real estate for this month. And then I'm not done yet. I have another one in closing. 12136 Thornridge is currently under contract at $365 to a retail buyer. This is a retail fix and flip sold on the MLS. I never do this stuff, guys. I owe $278. We're under contract for $365. After realtor fees, I'm going to make, I negotiated them to 5%. Minus 277 now. 277 is owed on the loan. I'm going to make $70,000 on that. So my total profit at another $70,000 is going to be $134,000 this month from real estate activities. On top of that, my Discord is going to cash flow $230 this month. Affiliate marketing is going to cash flow another $25 this month. So that's $230 plus $25. That's $255 plus $134. Guys, I'm going to have almost a $400,000 month, and $134 of that is from real estate. Meanwhile, I'm currently trying to line up this property for another fix and flip, and I'm already in closing on this property for a fix and flip. Closing on this is a week, and I should make $45,000, $50,000 on this if I sell it for $137.5. So we have a lot going on right now. And I was hoping just now I could line up another wholesale deal. And the other wholesale deal I wanted to line up was going to be, where'd you go? It was the one I was East 130th or something. Yeah, East 130th. It was this one that we're trying to get Harry's opinion on. And if I get that, then that's another $3,000 right there. So guys, if you just do this for 2 hours a day like I do, like holy shit. Like you guys can make so much money. Guys, I'm dabbling in rental properties. I'm dabbling in fix and flip. I'm dabbling in wholesale as well. And then I'm making the money off of the content and the Discord. Like, come on, guys. There's so much money to be made here. You literally just have to hit the phones and shit starts converting. And if you really want it to convert, start playing around on Facebook and you'll find some of the craziest buyers you've ever met. And then you can just start doing deals with them. Anyways, if you have a deal, type hashtag submit, get it to my team right here. We'll sell it for you. You keep the majority of the profit. Anyways, those are my happenings for this month. Let me give away a bidet. We're giving away a bidet right now to a lucky winner. Who's my lucky winner? Hold my hand, wholesale clean. Okay, I'm going to put a real estate scenario in the chat. Three. If you get this right, I give you a bidet. Ready? 3, 2, 1. House is listed for $500,000 and there's a 2.75% interest rate. Your down payment should not be more than, I need a figure. I need a figure. I need a figure, guys. Give me a figure, not a percentage, a figure. 20. 20 is my answer. Patrick, you're right. 20,000 is my answer. So guys, 500K house, you should be 5% or below down. 20,000 is the correct answer. That is what I was looking for. Here's the question. If a house is listed for 500K and there's a 2.75% interest rate and the rent is 2,700, but the PITI is 2,800, what is the max you should put down? I would say it's about 20,000. There's a number of different answers for that. Another answer I would say is pretty close is 5%, but 20 was the answer I was looking for right there. I probably should have clarified I'm looking for a figure, not a percent, but 20 is correct. Patrick, do you have a bidet from us already or no?
No, I don't.
Oh.
I'm excited for it though.
Oh, he's so excited. Send us videos. I mean, what? It's just send us name, address, phone number, and we'll get that over to you. Just a typo, I promise. Bro, there's a guy in the chat, an entire live stream. All bro does is he puts AI reels of me in here. Crazy. Hey, videos? No, I didn't say that. That wasn't me. I wouldn't say something like that, I promise. What's the temperature over there, bro?
Over here in Chicago? Or?
Yeah. What's the temperature?
I think it's like 30 right now.
Oof.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. Or it's like 40, actually. It's not that bad. But
we're almost in the 60s over here.
Oh, geez, yeah. No, I wish. Yeah, I think we had like a 30-day stretch of below zero. Or not below zero, below freezing.
Is this is it a street or avenue or road?
Street. My bad. I sent it in parts. I can send the
No. You should be good. You should be good.
Yeah, but
there's no sort of like unit or anything?
No, nothing like that. It's a house.
All right, your bidet is on the way right now, and you should have your bidet from Hold My Hand Wholesale on Tuesday, March 10th. I just sent you a confirmation of order. Let me know if there's anything wrong with it, and we'll get you a new bidet, okay?
I bet, bro. Appreciate it. I'll let you know how that goes.
Oh, yeah, you let me know how it goes, okay?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Thanks.
let me know how it goes. Okay. Yeah, well, hopefully you guys are feeling inspired. That's really all I'm trying to do, guys. The goal of every single live stream here is make a little bit of side money for myself off of doing deals in front of you. But also show you that it's possible. Like in real time, you can do a deal. You can get a deal in just a couple of phone calls. Sure, it's probably going to take you closer to 30 phone calls to get a deal, but it is possible to do it in a couple of phone calls, as we saw in Fullerton. 30-10 Fullerton, I did that in literally 5 phone calls. in front of you guys live on Monday. And we made it happen. And I'm hoping to show you guys that you can get a deal. I'm hoping to provide you the credibility needed for you to get a deal, and then answer your questions when you do have a deal and potentially offer to sell your deal for you. So anyways, the model is not immediately going to make you $100,000 per month, but can you make $10,000 to $20,000 a month on month 1.5? Absolutely you can. Absolutely you can. And then the question you should be asking yourself is, where can I transition this? How can I transition this into more? And guys, you'll see I have a 28 property portfolio, because I have 2 duplexes in Detroit right now that I'm flipping. So technically I have those in my portfolio. 28 properties in my portfolio. I'm doing 2 fix and flips, no, 3 fix and flips right now, and I have 4 wholesale deals. And my profit from all of those is $134,000, and all of that will be paid out to me in the next 30 days. So, when you level up and when you start filming content and when you start dabbling in all the different types of deals, guys, you make shit happen, and this business grows for you. But to start, I simply want to offer you a way to make $10,000 to $20,000 a month after about a month of trying and failing. And then on month 1.5, much like Kira, much like Rowan, much like Anson, much like Yusuf, much like so many other people, AJ as well, Amari too, you can make 10 to 20 a month. It's very possible. Anyways, guys, I'm going to go play Fortnite. Thanks so much for hanging out with me. I appreciate it. Have an amazing rest of your day, guys. Go ahead and kill it out there. Bye-bye.